Hello, Amit. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. What about you? How are you doing?
Same here. I'm doing amazing and really nice to meet you today. So, how has your day been so far?
Yeah, it has been great, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teacher, so I went to school, I taught there, and I came back. I'm here making a video with you. It was so far
Wow.
great.
Uh-huh. That's so nice to hear. You're such a young teacher, and you must be having a
Yeah,
lot to teach your children, a lot of wisdom, right?
yeah,
Okay, so
not
please
that
tell.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on, ask.
Mm-hmm. Please tell me something more about yourself.
Okay, first of all, my name is Amit Karketta. I'm from Jharkhand, a place called Gumla. I'm here staying and teaching in a high school, CBSE medium, and also teaching some student spoken English at my home. So these are the things I usually do. And if you talk about my hobbies, I like playing badminton, hanging out with my friends, and sometimes reading books. So these are my hobbies, and this is about me.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, amazing. Glad to know about you. And do you want me to introduce myself too?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
All right. So my name, as you already know, Sunita Rawat, and I hail from a picturesque region of Chamoli, Uttarakhand. I am mother to two boys. Along with that, I run a YouTube channel named Sunita's English Adventure, wherein I meet new people every day. I love interacting with them. I practice my English with them. Apart from this, I provide spoken English classes to beginners. So that's more or less about me. If you have any question, you can surely ask.
yeah. We have same profession, by the way. You said you are teaching students at home. Yeah,
Right. So we can resonate with each other, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
So how do you
So you
find
said
this
you
teaching job?
Yeah, it's a quite exciting because
Mhm.
it reminds me of my young days. Right? I usually do a lot of things when I was young. When to go to school,
Mhm.
I did not listen to teachers. I kind of face same kind of problem here. Like sometimes they don't listen to me, and I kind of remember my old days. Like I used to do these kind of things, and now my students are doing these kind of things. Yeah, so yeah, it reminds me a lot of things, and it's
Mhm.
exciting because you see people, students growing up because they are students and they are growing up, they are learning new things, they are yeah, little plants growing up and kind of
Mm.
becoming better for future. So yeah, it's great, it's exciting teaching students.
Right. And they are so fortunate enough that they got young teacher like you. Students feel comfortable with young teacher, and
Yeah,
they
that's
sometimes
right.
feel intimidating with someone elder, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they are fortunate enough. And how were you at your during your school days? Were you really naughty or you were sincere kind of student?
Yeah, I was in between, right? I was not that naughty, I was not that
Mm-hmm.
sincere, like in mid, in between. I was just, sometimes I did something, like bad, I
Mm-hmm.
was beaten up, right? Sometimes I did good in exams school, I scored good marks. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was more or less, average students, not that good, not that
Mm-hmm.
bad. I would
Mm-hmm.
not say like I was a bad or good student.
Mm-hmm. So, any
So
instance from your school days where you were beaten up for some something you've done?
yeah, like one of my English teacher, like he used to ask a lot of word meanings every day, like right. He used to ask us to remember verb forms, tenses, right? And he used to come, and as soon as class starts, he used to asking them stand up and asking them like these words and sentences from tenses. And if you don't know, he's going to beat you. So one day I did not remember. I used to remember most of his words and sentences, but that day I was kind of, like did not get time at home. Maybe there was some, I think there was some festivals. I did not remember those words. When I came to school, I was like everyone was kind of remembered what our teacher had told us to remember, but I did not remember. So that was really embarrassing. Like I was beaten up at that time, and yeah, that changed me for the good. By the way, like it helped. Since that day, I
Mm-hmm.
never ever like tried not remembering anything. Whatever homework was there, I used to do every time. So yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
had it happened for a good reason, I would say.
Mm. But now these days, teachers are not allowed to beat students, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, new
Mm.
education policy has kind of,
Mm-hmm.
it has restricted giving a corporal punishment to students because it's not good,
Mm-hmm.
by the way. right? Like because
Hmm.
some of the students get traumatized. They don't, basically develop sometimes. Yeah, so that it's important. Like we don't punish them all the time, right? Not all the time. It is now restricted. Like you don't can't
Hmm.
punish a student. Like it's a student center education nowadays. So yeah, we
Hmm.
should.
And
It should be, and according to the students, it should be based on interest of students. So yeah, nowadays it's
right.
important.
Hmm.
So you
And
said like
mhm.
you run a YouTube channel and you are
Mhm.
mother of two, like boys. So how do you manage all those things? Like,
It's quite difficult to manage, I must say. But whenever I get some quiet time during my whole day, so I just try to make the most out of it. I try to watch something, maybe read something, or make a conversation, take a class. So whenever I get some quiet time when my kids go to school, I try to manage that time in the most productive manner I can.
okay,
Otherwise, it's very difficult when they are around.
yeah, exactly. Because like you have three jobs, as you said, you are doing YouTube and you are also teaching students, right? And also like you have to kind of, basically when they are at home, you have to spend some time with them as well. So yeah, it's a
Right.
quite tough job.
Yes, it is. But I'm really passionate about English. I love teaching. I love, making conversation with people. So I really enjoy this. So somehow I take some time out. I try to squeeze in some time to just do something productive. And I feel really content after that.
Yeah,
So that's the
yeah, definitely.
motivation.
Exactly. Like when you make these kind of videos, like I like nowadays making these kind of videos. The reason is because you get to meet new people. You learn about how their journey is, how they are learning, how they are experience, like what kind of method they are using to improve their communication skills, how they are learning their English. So yeah, it helps me to learn new things because I'm in a teaching field, and we all know that, right? Like life is a journey where learning never ends. Like we learn in every like second, like every hour. So yeah, it's quite exciting when you meet someone who is learning English and
Mhm.
quite good at English and working in the same field. You get to know a lot of things that you don't know. So yeah, it's a great talking to people. So and nowadays
Mhm.
I'm trying to connect with a lot of people who are making these kind of videos and talking to them and learning like how they are managing all those things and how they are doing really great in their job. Yeah, it's
Right. That's
exciting.
so true. That's so true. We learn when we converse with people, we learn their perspective. We try to share our perspective. So we have someone to, share our thoughts with. So that's a wonderful thing. And for us, like for homemakers, I found it like a boon. I'm able to talk and I'm even practicing my English through this. So it's a wonderful job, I guess.
Exactly. So, like, when did you started your journey, by the
Hmm.
way? Like, can you tell your journey, like, about
Hmm.
learning English?
Not a long back, but around 2 to 3 months ago, I started my journey. And it has been really rewarding because every day I'm learning some or the other thing. And whenever I get some time, I try to learn few new vocabularies. I try to uh, read any article. So this is how I'm improving day by day. And I myself can see drastic change in my communication skills since the time I started and till now. I can see the drastic change.
Yeah, I can say that. I was also watching your videos, day before, and it was really great. Like, you are really fluent, right? Were you working somewhere, like, before, or like you just started here, like,
Mhm.
working on YouTube or teaching?
So my highest education is MBA. So after that, I got placed in a company, and there I've worked as an HR for around 2.5 years. So that was my working experience, and there also I've learned a lot of things. I got a good exposure to meet people. I used to take interviews. I used to make policies, attend board meetings, and then I used to make MOM and share it with all the employees. So that also helped me in developing my communication skills. And now I'm doing this, so I can totally relate it with that job. I was
Yeah.
enjoying that too, and this is related to it's like related. I was interviewing candidates there, and it's like interviewing. It's a kind of interviewing or
Yeah, exactly.
interacting, right? So kind of same.
Yeah, I agree with you because HR, like job
Hmm.
of HR is usually to talk and know what a person is like, right? Like what's
Hmm.
his traits, what his strengths, weaknesses. So yeah, you get to know a lot of
Hmm.
things when you are working as a HR, maybe, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, definitely it is really helpful.
Right. And what about you? Were you always in teaching?
Not always in teaching. I have already worked in multiple international company. I have worked in Amazon. I have worked in iServices. I have worked in Meesho. So yeah, I have worked in multiple companies. But
Mm-hmm.
these jobs did not suit me because, like, sitting in front of computer for 8 hours, right, every day, like six day in a week, like that was not cup of cake, cup of tea for me, right? Like it
Mm-hmm.
was really hard. So I just thought maybe I should do something else that suits me. I used to teach
Mm-hmm.
students and I really liked that at that time. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
maybe I should go for doing my bachelor in education. So I went for
Mm-hmm.
teacher training for 2 years and now I
Mm-hmm.
have just completed and just joined the school. Like it has not been a, more than 1 month. I have been teaching here for,
Mm-hmm.
1 month and, started YouTube channel as well. I saw people making videos because like when you are a teacher you have to give example to your students, right? Like how to talk to people, right? If you are, even if I am making mistake, I can show them, right? Like they you can see like I'm also making mistakes, but I'm trying to improve myself, so you can also do these kind of things. So that's the reason I am doing these kind of things, so that I can give them example, like you can also do this kind of thing. Don't be afraid of making mistakes because it happens to everyone, even to professionals. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Amazing, amazing. Same as you, I also tried my hands at different things and then I found my true calling in teaching. And I was also in teaching when I was in my graduation. I used to tutor students, and the sense of fulfillment, the contentness we get after adding value to somebody, you know, somebody's life or their teaching when they score good marks, it's out of this world, I must say. So
Exactly,
teaching
exactly.
is a true calling.
Yeah, exactly. It's priceless. Like when you see them
Mm,
succeed, like it's priceless. When
mm,
they are happy, when they succeed, like when you meet them again, and they when they
mm,
like credit you, like you helped us like to achieve this goal, then it's a priceless. Like you cannot give it a price. Like how
mhm.
fulfilling it is.
I can totally picturize that that someone is, giving all the appreciation, all the credit to you. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And you told me that you make videos as well. So do you also have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I created a YouTube channel. I used to make videos on words, sometimes phrases, idioms, but now like it's important because like if you are a teacher and if you are teaching a English language, suppose, so you have to make some videos, English conversational videos, so that you can give example to your students. So that's the reason like I started making these kind of videos.
So how
That's the
long has
reason.
it been?
It has been like not more than a week, like just started
Mm-hmm.
making videos. Like I
Mm-hmm.
started YouTube channel long before, like around 2019, but like I did not used to make any kind of videos, just created a YouTube channel and did not upload anything. But now because my education is completed, I'm free, right? Like I'm just teaching and I have a lot of time. I thought maybe I should do these kind of thing, make videos and upload it so that people can watch, right? So
Amazing,
that's the
amazing.
goal.
Hmm. And are you in a private sector or government sector?
Right now, like I am in a private sector, like
Mm-hmm.
because just graduate kind of completed my training. So yeah, in private sector. If I get a
Mm-hmm.
government job, maybe I will move to government sector. So
So are you
working as a
trying for
private
that too?
teacher. Yeah, I'm trying for that too, but there isn't
Mm-hmm.
any vacancies as you can see in India. Like a lot of people are unemployed and there is no vacancy. So yeah, I'm trying for that. If
Mm-hmm.
there is any vacancy, I will apply for that and go for government sector. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Right.
that's the goal.
I
What
hope
about
you'll
you?
get
Like,
that
what's
soon.
your okay? What about you? Like, what's your goal? Like, what do you want to do in a future? Like, do you want to teach English or like, work in YouTube channel or what? What
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I would say I'm not very ambitious lady, but I like to live in present. So at present, I'm totally living whatever I'm doing, like the work, teaching. I'm totally loving it. YouTube, I'm enjoying it. So as of for now, this is something I feel like I should have done it afar before. But I don't know about future. I might get some more opportunities. So whatever I feel like, I'll do that. I am not very ambitious. I don't think about future much. So let's see. Whatever opportunities it brings, I'll try to grab those.
Okay, yeah, definitely, definitely. Like, go
Mm-hmm.
with the flow, right? Like, whatever in the way, you just
Mm-hmm.
grab that opportunity and go with that. All right, that's great. I was just asking, like, what kind of method you use, like, what kind of strategies you use, so that I can also learn from, your teaching and apply in my, like, scenario, because I'm also teaching. So maybe that can be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Sure, sure. I would love to share that. And before that, I must mention this that every teacher is unique. Everyone has their unique way of creativity and interacting with students, making the class really engaging. So, my way of doing that is I try for spoken English classes, I try to encourage them to speak from the very first day. And I do that with the help of activities, challenges. I give them 7 days speaking challenge. So for that, I have maintained a document in which I've mentioned different topics for all the 7 days. So they have to record their video speaking on that topic. First, they have to prepare the content, like researching about it, and then prepare the content and then speak on it. And they can see the tremendous change after completing that challenge. They come up with a lot more confidence, a lot more expression, right? So that helps in building up their confidence. So challenge I give, and then activities like picture description, because it happens that if we'll say something verbally, they'll not be able to remind that for a longer time. But if we'll relate that to a picture, then they'll be able to remind that in a better way or in a longer run. So I try to give this picture description, then I send them videos to watch, and then in the next class we discuss on the same topic, like whatever they have watched in that video, we discuss on that. And I usually ask them to come up with their own perspective. It's not just that they have to explain the video, understand the video, but I want to know your perspective on that, your thoughts on that, like that. Other than that, I provide this group discussion classes apart from the regular classes. On any holiday or on Sundays, I try to gather all my students on Zoom app, and then we have group discussion on whatever topics we have decided. So we also have a group discussion tomorrow on Saturday, right?
Okay.
And then many other activities like role plays, and this is what I'm able to remind at the moment, but many activities are there just to make the classes interactive, because they have to speak more than us, right? And
Exactly, exactly.
engaging, creative, they should enjoy the class. And I
Exactly,
keep on
exactly.
taking feedback. I keep on taking feedback, whatever they feel like. If they feel like classes are going good, then I go my way. And if they don't feel like that, they have something to add, then they tell me, and I mold my classes accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It's
Mhm.
very important to keep in mind student interests, right? When you are teaching, because like this is how they learn. If they are not
Mhm.
interested, maybe they are not going to grasp the, concept. So yeah, that's really important. Like go with the student choice.
Mhm. And what is the best thing that you find in your classes that is helping your students the most?
Best thing helping me, like as you mentioned, all those things, I use a few of those techniques that you mentioned about, like group discussion. That's very important. Like ask them to engage in a group discussion. Sometimes I also encourage them to act as a leader and go in front of whole class and speak in front, give them a speech like that. Like on a spot, sometimes I ask them to speak on a spot. Like I give them some topics. You can describe these things like small topics. Maybe I can ask them to speak about this pen, right? Like I have, if suppose I have a pen, then speak about this
Describing
pen,
any object.
speak about, yeah, exact, describe any object, right? Like and give some speech, and I give them sometimes scenarios, like suppose you are in a school and you kind of kind of scores best, like you scored good marks, and you have to address whole school. Like how are you going to address them? Like how are you feeling when you have scored this good marks? So yeah, this kind of scenario I give them.
Mm.
So yeah, it's really kind of helpful for them. And apart from them,
Mm.
whenever I'm teaching them words, like new words, I don't teach them like words, just memorize it or mug up all these things. I give them scenario, like how you can use these words, right? Like I give them scenario related. You can use these words in this scenario, in this context, right? Not just asking them to memorize random words, because like usually what happens, most of the time, if you don't guide them, they start memorizing words from dictionary, right? Like they are just flipping pages of dictionary and memorizing, and there is no use of knowing all those words, because we don't use every word in the dictionary, right? Like we only use limited words, we only use, limited grammars rules. So I, basically teach all these things in my classes, and it's really helpful for them.
Right. These are some amazing ways to brainstorm. They'll try to think, they'll stress their mind to remind all the vocabularies they have, and they can use that in their speaking. So these are some amazing ways. We just have to push them to express their thoughts.
Yeah,
Just that.
exactly.
Hmm.
Because they are learners, right? Like we are just there working as a medium, like they
Hmm.
improve themselves, right? So yeah, exactly. We
Hmm.
have to push
Right.
them that they speak as much as possible.